Refinement takes time. Refinement is like your grandma's hearty soup, slowly simmered all day long. That hearty soup of hers has that intensity that comes from concentrating all the ingredients over a long period of time, where all those ingredients are no longer individual ingredients, but have been integrated. Those ingredients, they meld together. You're no longer tasting a carrot or an onion or a bean, but you're tasting the harmony of the whole. The soup is no longer fragmented, but it's all melded and melted together, where you taste that harmony of the whole, the richness, the depth, the fullness of the flavor. And you see, refinement can't be faked, and there's no shortcuts to refinement. There's a lot of people selling shortcuts in the space of growth and transformation, self-realization, self-actualization. And the truth is, there's no shortcuts. The mind always wants a shortcut. But there's no shortcuts to refinement. Just like there's no shortcuts to your grandma's hearty soup. Try instant noodles. You'll see what I'm talking about. You can't compare that to your grandma's hearty soup. That hearty soup comes from her heart. There's so much presence, love that goes into that soup, that it transforms those individual ingredients. On paper, you take one soup, compare it to another, and it looks like they should taste the same. Ingredientless looks identical. But if you tried cooking a soup in 30 minutes, you'll see, if your palate is refined, it won't taste like a soup that's been slowly simmering all day long. That process of refinement is just like the soup, where the excess evaporates. Just like in your life, the excess is released. What no longer serves you, what you've outgrown, simply dissolves, leaving only your intensity, where everything is concentrated. You have a depth to you, a richness to you, that of course you are experiencing, but also others can feel. They can feel the depth of your words, the weight of your words, the intensity of your aliveness, the fullness of your life. It's just like the fullness of the flavor of the whole soup, where you're no longer tasting separate ingredients, but you're tasting the whole. So it takes time, requires patience, steadiness, perseverance, and of course, just like your grandma cooking her soup, it's something that she enjoys. She doesn't see it as work. She enjoys the process. That's why you feel her love pouring into that soup. That secret ingredient. She's not trying to get to an end result quickly. She would be the first to tell you that there is no shortcut, that it takes time to create a delicious soup. For those who aren't refined, don't have that refined palate, they'll settle for the shortcuts, the quick convenience of the instant noodles, the less experienced that will just throw the ingredients into a pot, throw it on high for 15 minutes, and sure, they've cooked the soup, but it's missing that richness, that depth, that intensity, that concentration, that potency. It's missing all those things that are only possible when that soup is slowly simmered for hours. So it's a reminder that there's no shortcuts on this path. Those who seek shortcuts cut themselves short. You cut yourself short from tasting the fullness of life, the fullness of the flavor of embodied truth. Those who want to taste the truth, who appreciate the process of refinement, not only taste the soup, but have become the soup in its wholeness. It's the best of both worlds. You become the harmony of the whole. Simply tasting what you are in every moment of your life. So it's a reminder that this process takes time. This realization is instantaneous. But the actualization, the refinement of that realization takes time. And it's not just time, but also the conditions that your life create. Switching our analogy here, or metaphor, whatever one it is. From soup to wine, the process of making wine is very similar to the process of refinement. Just like it takes more than just aging to make a wine, it's also about the conditions, the variety of the grape, the soil, the climate, the location, time of year or season, how it's stored, where it's stored. All of these different conditions add to the aging process, where each wine is unique. Those different conditions are what create the uniqueness of each wine. On paper, it just looks like some grapes, but you see how each of those conditions are variable, and just changing the soil, or changing the variety of the grape, or changing the way it's stored or where it's stored. If it's stored in an oak barrel, if it was picked 2 weeks earlier from the vine, all of these different conditions change the wine. So refinement is not about sitting on some meditation cushion thinking that you're refining just because time is passing by. You don't just sit and watch your watch the clock tick, thinking that you're refining. It's about participating in life so fully that the conditions continue to shape you. Those conditions are part of the refinement process. It's a reminder that this process is unique to everyone. The conditions for you are going to be different than the conditions for me. It's a reminder not to compare yourself to others. That essence is there. Those who continue to refine themselves speak from that same depth, live at that same depth. They have the intensity, the aliveness, the presence, the richness. But it's also expressed uniquely, differently, uncomparably. It's not to get caught up in what it looks like, but it's for you to embrace the process of refinement fully. And if you're feeling called to refine yourself, then I invite you to refine yourself by joining me on the journey of truth.